Hi everyone, it's Kristin. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to go ahead and talk to you today about my card that I'm going to make for Craft Roulette, episode 252. I'm going to go ahead and start off with an A2 card base, pretty normal size, standard, top fold. I'm going to go ahead and do my base layer here. As you can see, I've gone ahead to cut out some shapes because, well, I'm a little thrifty in that regard. And I like to make sure that the element that I cut out, this kind of banner shape, was going to go ahead and match exactly, since this was the only piece that I had in this color. But that's just something I like to do. Not everyone does. So on Craft Roulette for episode 252, the episode that aired just this past Friday, the project parameter was Card for a Teenager, and the colors were morning colors. Well, when I'm thinking morning colors, I automatically go to pink, and yes, Team Orange. Especially in regards to in the morning is a good time to drink some orange juice. So, went with the background paper of oranges. Now the element was fairy or fairies. I wasn't sure how to really combine them this week with the project. So I did take the fairy stamps that I had, but pretty much just only used the wings. And then I used the clear embossing powder with the embossing ink and just did the wings on the edges of the cards. That way they're kind of off to the side, but yet it looks like the fairies maybe had come and blessed the orchard or something like that. So they were there, but not any longer now that the morning hours have actually begun. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. This was the only paper, this orange, that I had, so I wanted to make sure to really showcase it a lot, hence why I did the clear embossing powder, and maybe not like another color such as black or even a sparkle. I just wanted that hint of shimmer, gloss if you will, but without being too overbearing. Now in regards to Card for a Teenager, I went with a good old-fashioned pun. Orange you, just the best. With the orange you, again, I cut out multiple layers. I didn't feel like using foam tape, to be honest, so I just cut out multiple layers. The one I got as much as I could from the background of the pink. Stacking those up. This is one of my favorite techniques to do. Great way to use up scraps or flyers that you get in the mail. I was a little worried that maybe the edges wouldn't look quite right, so I went ahead and took my alcohol marker in this color that's called Dark Pretty in Pink and went ahead and colored around the edges of the banner. I thought that way, at least if in the event someone may be looking at it from the side, at least it might look a little closer to the pink color that's in my banner shape. The pink that I stamped in was Dusty Rose by Gina K. The orange is Tangerine Twist. I have these cute little ink cubes, and they just kind of went perfectly, I thought, with the colors that were in my orange juice, my orange orchard paper. For the adorable little orange, it's just a 1 3/4 inch circle, punched out of some white paper. Again, use that Tangerine Twist color to stamp in, as well as to ink blend around. And for some fun added texture that makes it look like the orange peel, the little dots, I went ahead and used a blender pen, first by itself, and then ink smooshed into my glass tabletop there and did some little speckles. I thought it made it look like the peel, much what I saw on this piece of ephemera, where you could kind of tell some texture was there. That way it just wouldn't look like a plain orange circle, at least in my opinion. For the leafery here, since there was many of the oranges that really had some leaves, I took a leaf die, cut that out of some green paper, cut it up a little to give a little variation with that. So I thought it kind of coordinated well. But it needed a grounding panel, I thought. Just putting it on, it's not bad. So I came across a tag shape, cut it out of some vellum. It was a piece of vellum I probably wasn't going to use with this silver detail on it, so I put that toward the back side so it would look a little grayish and it would blend in a little. You know, it kind of does look almost like fairy wings as well over there, so I thought, oh, well, you know, that's coordinating well enough too. So I'm just going to tack it down since I know my orange is probably going to live about here. My banner's probably going to live about here, because we all know, working with vellum, it's very difficult to glue it down before you see the glue. Okay, that wasn't too shabby. So I think the layout I'm going with is something a little bit like that. So let's go ahead and glue that down. Do you have a favorite liquid adhesive that you like to use? Let me know. I prefer right now using the Barely Arts. It works well for me. As an added benefit, I can go ahead and get it in Colorado here just about year round. That's what works best for me at the moment. And then my little orange. Okie dokie. I kind of want the leaves to touch just a little, so there's a little overlapping feature, but not too much. I think that's good. And the random parameter for the week for Craft Roulette was bow or bows, or bow, however you wanted to interpret that. And I thought, some cute little white string to help bring out the white card base. That was working for me. I tried this copper one, but I just wasn't sure. It looks good, but I like the white just a little bit better. Cut 3 strings of some white cotton thread that I had in my stash. Let's hope this glue works. I wonder if I have to get a glue dot out. Anybody have a favorite way of how they like to glue down their bows? Let me know. I'd be happy to know what you think. And I think the bow right about there is going to work. We'll clean up some of the glue. Yeah, that's working pretty good. It's about in the area where the tag, I didn't punch the hole in it where the string would kind of go. But I think it adds a little interest without taking too much away from it. Just want to glue that down a little bit. But I think you can still see the fairy wings off to the side. Definitely a card I might not put together if it weren't for the Craft Roulette parameters. But you know, I'm pretty happy with it. It's pink. It's my favorite color. So I'm pretty down for that. Tell me what you think. Hope to see you in Craft Roulette on Friday. Talk to you later, and thanks for stopping by. Bye.